welcome to the Vacationeers, Theme Parks, and More podcast. Join us as we discuss vacation planning, reporting, and reviews on vacations ranging from Disney and theme parks to cruising and beach getaways with everything in between. So grab your passport, a fast pass, and an umbrella drink because the show's about to begin. And now, without any further delay, here is your ghost host, Vacationeer Tom.
Welcome to episode 38 of the Vacationeers, Theme Parks, and More podcast. I am your host, Tom, joined alongside my panel, Ian and Joe. Are you guys ready to ride?
I'm ready to ride.
Yeah.
Ian, you're always so enthused.
His motivation is so great, isn't it?
Always so enthused.
He pumps me up. I'm ready. I'm really ready this time.
Woo! All right, there we go. Yeah, this episode we're talking all things Orlando Go card. That's right, we got the 2-day card, and we used the heck out of it when we were down there on our last vacation. We just got back from. So we're going to talk day by day, step by step, everything we did, the ins and outs. I have some videos and photos to show alongside. So there will be a video version of this podcast. So go to YouTube, speaking of YouTube, go to YouTube, find it, Vacationeers, Theme Parks, and More podcast. It will be up shortly after this goes up, and you'll be able to see everything that we're talking about. But we also have a ton of other new content. Yay! We got the Gator Wrestling, which we'll be talking about Gatorland in a little bit. We have 360 videos on the Disney cruise. We got time-lapse on the Disney cruise. We got rain. We got Nassau. You want it. We got it. Go find it. Vacationeers, Theme Parks, and More podcast. And you know what? Like our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter. Do all the right things. Support the show. And we'll keep you happy. Wow.
Give that Gatorland video a thumbs up, baby.
Oh, Lord.
Like and subscribe.
That's
all you need to do.
Literally, that only exists because of you, Joe.
Oh,
only
and it's great.
exists because of you. It's
and
awful.
it's going to take off. It's going to take off.
Those corny jokes are going to hit home to some people, I guess. All right, so we're going to start the process. Like I said, we're going to go as we did by the day. So to give everyone a heads up, I guess, to brief everyone, our vacation started a day early because my wife was supposed to work on that Tuesday, the 20th, I believe, or 21st, and she had off. She didn't have to work. So instead of leaving Tuesday overnight, we left Monday overnight, which gave us an extra day because we really needed it because we're trying to squeeze in Aquatica as part of a fun card day, which is just too much. So we went down one day early, which doesn't affect actually the go-kart days. So go-kart days were, so we went down on Tuesday. We went to Tampa, Busch Gardens, Tampa. Wednesday, Aquatica. Thursday was go-kart day 1. Friday was Mickey's Not So Scary. And Saturday was go-kart day 2. So we're going to start on Friday morning, Thursday morning.
Wow.
Yeah, Thursday morning, go-kart day 1. First place we went, Legoland, Florida. That's right. So just to let everyone know, so I spent about $113, I think, per ticket for our cards. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, so we got some good value out of that. So Legoland alone to get into the park is about
like 100, right?
Well, 100 if you go the day of, but if you buy in advance, if you have any prep at all, you can just it's $80. $80. So yeah, so $80 right out of the bat, bam. We almost cover the card, just the first out of the gate. So this is south of Orlando. So it took us about 50 minutes. It wasn't bad. I thought maybe the traffic, because it was Thursday morning without being on I-4 for a little bit, but we didn't hit any traffic. We got there fairly quickly. And the very first interesting thing, before we even got to the park, so right before you get to the park, we come to a 4-way intersection. But so we come to essentially it was a T in a road. So we come to a light, and we could either go left, right, or straight ahead of us was a house. So this house, its driveway had its own light.
Wow.
At this 4-way intersection. Is that insane?
That is like Florida royalty.
Yeah, so for you to pull out of your driveway,
you have to wait for the light.
You have to wait for the light.
Was there a no turn red on right sign? No turn on red sign inside his driveway?
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't go into I should have pulled into his driveway just so I could do it.
Oh, yeah, you just got to pull in and take pictures from his front porch and stuff. It's like, sorry, sir, you are now a tourist attraction.
Yeah, that's so weird. I've never seen anything like it. I was like, wow, this trip was worth it just to see this.
That is brilliant. Oh, my God, Florida is the gift that keeps on giving, isn't it?
It was amazing. I loved it. All right, so we did actually get into Legoland, and we were the first people there. We got there a little early because, like I said, there was no traffic, and I counted for traffic, so the fact that there wasn't any, we got there a little early. But it was interesting because the carports they preferred parking that you can pay extra for. So all of August, Legoland Florida gave you free parking, just everyone. It didn't matter what. If you pulled into the parking lot, they give you free parking. So that was great. But they did have an upgraded preferred parking. Now, the preferred parking were under carports, shade. But the carports were made up of
Lego?
solar panels. No.
Ah.
So, yeah, it wasn't like solar panels were put on top of the roof.
Were made
they
of solar
they
panels.
were solar panels. So that was pretty cool that they,
It's
used
really
it.
nice. I mean, if you're going to be in Florida
Yeah, you might as well use it,
and
right?
you need to cover something, you should probably cover your electric bill.
Yeah, so that was pretty good. So we got in. The hotel was off to the left. It looked really nice. We didn't go inside.
Now, could you plug a car in that preferred parking? Did they have any plugs?
As a soon-to-be Tesla owner, you're interested? I don't know. I didn't. We didn't park in the preferred. We parked in the free.
Because that'd be pretty sweet if
general
there were
parking.
outlets in there and you could just plug your car in while you park in the shade.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that. And directly take it right from the sun.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. But I don't know about that. You can go down in your new Tesla when you get that. So yeah, I didn't do the hotel, and they have a water park at the end, like at the tail end of the park that we didn't go into either. So I can't speak of those things, but I can speak of some rides and the coasters. So let's go right ahead. So to start off with, I always wanted to go on one of those double carousels. Like I see it like in like the video games always have them, right? Like Roller Coaster Tycoon. I think the new Planet Coaster has it. They always have these double carousels that you can go in the top level and do the carousel.
I'd never heard of it until I saw this picture.
Yeah, here it is. This is the double carousel. And amazingly, Legoland has it. And what other park did we go to, Ian?
Fun Spot.
Fun Spot had it too.
Wow. Now, do they go in the same direction or do they go opposite?
No, it's all one.
Oh.
Yeah. But we rode it. And
Nice.
me and the two younger kids rode it. No one else rode it. But I was like, I'm riding this because I never get to ride. I like
so
unique
no one
rides.
wanted to go on it.
No. Alexis, Logan, and myself. That's it. Of course, we rode the
And you
upper.
disappoint me.
Yep, Ian didn't want to ride.
I was waiting for the review from Ian to hear
No,
how
he's
this thrill ride
Too
went.
cool for school. But yeah, so I rode that. That was fun. I like that.
That looks really cool. I've
Yeah.
never seen one before.
Yeah, I mean, other than being up higher than you normally would be, it's nothing really.
Do they
special,
not?
but-
Did they? I'm really kind of disappointed the facade is not made of Lego.
Yeah, not everything's made of Lego. There's a lot of stuff made of Lego, but this is not one of them.
They could at least do like the outside of those benches up the top out of make it
Oh,
look like it's a
man.
Lego bench.
Wow, they did not. Well, this wasn't Legoland initially. This was another park, so they.
Well, yeah, you take it over and you add Legos to
Oh
your
wow,
existing
that's
attractions.
that's
right?
a lot of work. That is a lot of work. All right.
I mean, you work at Legoland. I mean, your
Ah.
job is to put Legos together, right?
I guess. Yeah,
You
that's
would
your
think,
job.
right?
Basically.
All right. The next ride we rode, which was interesting, was Mia's Riding Adventure. Now, this is a Heart Lake City ride. I've never heard of that. And I don't know who Mia is. I don't know if she's she's some Lego, I guess.
But those flags look very Lego.
So this ride is interesting because it's a disc type ride, and you're on a track that goes back and forth, and you spin.
Ew.
But notice, if you see from the photo, you can notice everyone's sitting facing out. And they're straddling like a little seat, like a bench. Like they're on a motorcycle or something. So it goes back and forth, it spins, and it has a little thing that when you sit there, it sweeps up and goes onto your back. And I think, from what I understand, because I haven't read it myself, it is very similar to the Flight of Passage ride at Animal Kingdom. Like you sit in it, you straddle it, and they have something that comes up and rests against your back, so that way you can't get out. So essentially, that's what this does as well. And it wasn't. I didn't get sick on it, so
Hey,
it
it
wasn't.
looks kind of neat.
Yeah, it goes up pretty high, and it goes back and forth, and it spins. It's not like crazy spinning, but everyone's on a horse, and like I said, they're all facing outward. It's good.
Yeah.
For Legoland, it was definitely like one of their more
Yeah.
extreme rides. So you can't really knock that for what it is.
Oh, you're not exactly looking for a hyper coaster at Legoland, right?
No. And also, we did not buy or eat anything at the park, so I can't speak of their food prices or, well, I'm sure the souvenirs are all about the same price, but I don't know anything about their food. We weren't there long enough to really worry about that. Now we'll tell you about where we ate afterwards, and my Lord, so good. Next thing is the boating school. Now we had no plans on riding this until we saw it. We're like, oh, this looks interesting. So this is it's kind of like one of those like the kids get on a car and they drive the car, like the little cars, like the driving thing, but it's on boats. But what makes this interesting is these boats are not, they're actual boats that run independently. They're not on any type of track. There's nothing keeping them in line. So when you first leave the ride from the station, when you first leave, like this one lady like overcut the wheel and got stuck on the turn, and like she blocked us. Like we all had to like squeeze off to the side and get around. And this is for little kids. And the steering wasn't pinpoint. The steering was a little iffy. So I can imagine those guys have to run out there all the time, fixing boats, getting them turned around the right way. It seemed like it's just awful design. For a kid, it'd be awesome because there's literally nothing stopping you from just doing a 360.
It doesn't look like there's any bumpers on those boats. Do they have the rubber strip to stop you from bashing each other?
They're not supposed to bash. They're supposed to just go around.
Well, I thought they'd put the rubber strip on anyway, just because of people like that lady.
Yeah. No. Yeah. And like I said, it's pretty wide, so you could take a very long time to get through this course because those boats go very slow.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
So I feel like like somebody could go out there and just be out there for 20 minutes, easy.
I'm sure the water's only 9 inches deep or something.
I don't even know. I didn't put my hand in.
That's why it's black. That way you can't see that you're scraping the bottom the whole time.
But that's the boating school. And yeah, we did it because it was there and there was no line. We're like, oh, well, this is interesting.
So now, as Legoland, you pay your admission at the door and you just go in and ride anything you want?
Yeah, it's just your typical.
It's not tickets per attraction?
No.
Okay.
Yep. All right, the next thing we did was their dark ride, Lego Ninjago the Ride. So this is a indoor shooter.
Oh, it's got ninjas.
So this one is interesting because the shooting mechanic is you waving your hand like you're throwing a ninja star over a sensor. So that was the whole thing.
That's horrible.
Let me tell you something. We did it twice in a row because the first time I couldn't even shoot my ninja stars. And yeah, I was tired at the end because basically what I found out was the best way to max out your points is just use both hands over the sensor and just go like this and don't try to aim and just
fling your
hands crazily and then you shoot like nonstop. And actually, my wife, Trisha's mom. Yeah, Trisha's mom.
Wow.
My wife, Ian's mom. She won because she was just. That's what she's doing. I don't even think she was looking at the screen.
She was just randomly flailing.
Yeah,
she was having a seizure.
Yeah, she won. Yeah,
it's all the flashing lights got her.
So it was nice. Obviously you can see from the picture, it's really nice themed. The queue's really huge and it has a bunch of stuff inside, interactive stuff in the queue. So it's very nice, and you can see how busy the park was. There's literally no one.
Only people there.
Yeah, no one there. So that was good. Then we'll talk about Lego Movie 4D. Now, Logan got a picture with who's that? Benny?
Is that the Everything is Awesome guy?
Yeah. Hey.
Nice.
Oh no, that's the spaceship astronaut guy. Benny. Charlie Day voices.
Ah,
I like Charlie Day.
Yeah. So that's him. He got a picture of him.
You didn't see Pacific Rim Uprising.
No. But here's the interesting
about Charlie Day. Turns out he'll do anything for money.
Yeah. Here's the interesting thing. So we had to wait to see this show. And the theater was actually showing 3 different movies throughout the day. So like 11 it'd show this, at 12 it'd show next one, at 1 it would show next one, then 12 it'd cycle through.
Oh, that's nice.
So I wanted to see this one because it was the Lego Movie 4D movie, and the other ones I'm not even sure what they were. So we waited, we got the picture, we sat there, we went inside, and very quickly we realized it's the exact same movie that Kennywood shows.
Oh wow, nice.
Is that insane?
The Kenny one was better too because it had better effects in the theater was.
Yeah, the theater at Kennywood was better.
Okay, so the Venn diagram of Legoland guests and Kennywood guests, I'm pretty sure I'm siding on the side of Legoland on this one. It's pretty safe that no one's gonna see it twice and be disappointed.
Well, we did.
Well, there we go. That's your role in this universe, Tom, is to show up in these odd places and connect these diagrams.
Yeah. It was weird though, because at Kennywood, because the whole time they want to go to Legoland. At the end of Kennywood, hey, we're at Legoland, and they go to Legoland and have a good day. So at least here it makes sense. Where at Kennywood, you're kind of scratching your head like, wait a second, we're at Kennywood. We're not at Legoland. Yeah. So at least here, even though it wasn't as nice and we already seen the movie, you're like, oh, okay. This makes
wouldn't you rather be at Kennywood than Legoland?
Unfortunately, I would, yeah.
We're gonna re-edit the movie. Wish you were at Kennywood.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. But then you have the Miniland, which was absolutely incredible. Of course, they had a whole Star Wars thing, and these are all Legos, Joe. All these pictures are made of Legos. They have, like I said, they have a whole Star Wars section that with a ton of scenes from Star Wars that they recreated, and they have little buttons that you can push, and like little things will light up, or like the one scene, the Millennium Falcon rises up and comes back down, made of Legos.
Nice.
Yeah. And then, so then they have the regular section, which they have like Las Vegas, they recreate, New York City. What else?
They have the pirate section.
They have a pirate section.
So they have a section for each of the major Lego sets. Do they have the castle? Lego castle?
Yeah, they have. Yeah. They had a castle.
I could be going to Lego Castle Land because that would be pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, see, like there's New York. That's how big.
That's a lot of Lego. See, this is what I figured that people that worked at Legoland spent their life doing.
I mean, look, there's Washington D.C.
Wow, look at that! Yeah. Holy cow, they've got the entire Capitol Mall.
And see that see right in the front of the Capitol. If you push the button, that's all they're bands, I think, and the bands go back and forth and they play music. And the one band member, his leg fell off. It was laying there on the ground.
Nice.
Yeah.
I actually go because I've never been on that side of the Capitol up in D.C. I'm always in the mall and I always approach from the.
Yeah, me either.
I've never been around it. I never realized that we were looking at the back of the Capitol building the whole time from the mall.
You know what? I'm with you. I've never looked at that either.
The Lego. Here we go. This podcast is helping my civic duty. The next time I'm up in D.C., I'm walking around. Sucker.
Like, where are those people? Marching band. I need the marching band.
Wow. Wasn't really the marching band I was thinking.
Let's see. What else? Yeah, the Ewok Village, of course. There's the Millennium Falcon. The ton of scenes.
That's the best part of the park.
Yeah.
Star Wars Land.
And here's what is this,
all
Ian?
the different stuff.
This plays music. The orchestra actually plays music.
Wow.
So you walk by and yeah. So
hard making a tuba out of Lego.
Well, it's harder to make it sound like a tuba. But yeah,
that's really cool.
The Legoland is huge. You walk around and like I said, they have different sections. And then in the water, they have boats with like little skiers, and they're actually going around, and it's pretty awesome. And then there's the pirates. They have the pirates. They have a space shuttle. Yeah, they launch it.
Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We've gone for main engine start. We have.
Wait another 10 minutes to see if the next one's any different.
It's successful.
The smoke comes up. I'll put the video in the video version of this podcast. But that's, yeah. So the Miniland is quite. You could spend a lot of time if you really wanted to just explore that. But yeah, it was fun. But then let's move on to the coasters. Now the coasters. The first one we're going to talk about is Coastersaurus. Yes, and that's what you're seeing here.
That can't possibly be bad.
Oh, it's a 2004 Martin, and I can't even begin to try to pronounce this name. This is how you spell this guy's
Smith
name. Vleminckx. What? That's missing vowels there, right?
He's just from some Kerblackistan.
So I'm going to say M&V. So M&V are the manufacturers of this this coaster. It's a junior wood. It was formerly known as the Triple Hurricane. And so this is interesting. So Ian and I rode the back. Everyone else rode the front. There's no line. There's nobody on this coaster. So we go around, and so it has the regular what restraints? The lap bar restraints and a seatbelt. So we go down. We go around the first time, and we're like, all right, we're done. So we're pulling the station. We unhook the seatbelt, because it was a double, so it was only one seatbelt for both of us. So we unhook it, and the guy's like, "You guys want to go around again?" And everyone's like, "Oh!" So they kept us going. So the second time we rode without the seatbelt. We were on the edge.
Oh, wow.
It was so much more extreme.
I tell you.
We could have rode without the lap bar and still been okay. So
You took on Coastersaurus with only half the recommended safety equipment.
Did they come to a complete stop? I think we coasted through the station.
See, that's why they say wait till the ride comes to a complete stop and then undo the safety restraints.
Yeah. Well, we lived on the edge there.
Because you never know when they're going to relaunch.
Yeah, and we were in the back seat, so we were in the most extreme section of the coaster.
And it is named Coastersaurus, which is just awesome.
It was pretty scary, actually. Yeah, so that none of these coasters
Or anything.
are really much anything, but we'll get to that in a second.
How many Legos were involved?
None. Well, because I know see that dinosaur out front of the sign? That's made of Lego. So.
There we go.
Then we have the Dragon. This is a 2004 Vekoma Jr. Now, this is interesting. No, this is not the interesting one. That's the next one. This is formerly known as the Okeechobee Rampage?
Okeechobee.
Okeechobee? What is that?
It's a big lake in Middle Florida.
Oh, that makes sense. Then Okeechobee Rampage. When the Okeechobee Rampage was transformed into the Dragon, a dark ride section was built prior to the lift. Previously, this was your standard Vekoma 335-meter junior coaster. So yeah, the coaster is nothing special. But before you actually get to the fun coaster part, or the uphill and you go down, they actually have a dark ride section with Lego characters and stuff in it, and it was good. I liked it. I thought that made the coaster. Plus the look of it. It looked very medieval. See, there's the dragon. They have a castle, and
The dark ride was just a bunch of animatronic Lego characters.
yeah.
There was no plot. It was just there.
But if it was just a junior coaster, this definitely upped it.
You made it a little better, but it's nothing like.
No, it made it 100% better. Because otherwise,
You get a look
it's
at
Coastersaurus.
Lego characters.
Yeah, that's good in a dark ride environment. And unfortunately, Trish was like, "Oh, this is just a coaster." I said, "Yeah, it's just a coaster." I didn't realize there was dark ride stuff, so she didn't ride it, and she would have appreciated
And it was awesome.
Yeah,
It's like riding Atlantis now.
oh
It's
man, we'll
like-
talk about that on the next podcast, or a podcast coming up. Then we have the Dragon, the Flying Skull 2004 Vekoma Suspended Family. Now this one's interesting because RCDB calls this a suspended family coaster, but it's an invert. So I don't know if Vekoma calls their inverts suspended. I don't know. Because this is weird because not only does this called, the same exact thing happens in Fun Spot, their invert. Same thing. Same manufacturer. It's Vekoma, and they also call it a suspended. Now, suspended are like the Big Bad Wolf where you're sitting in a bucket type thing.
Mm-hmm.
These are inverted seats. Unless they're considered suspended seats that your feet dangle out of. But wouldn't that just be an invert? Yeah, I don't know. It's very weird.
I mean, there's a lot of gray area in there, right? I mean,
I don't know. I guess, but
well,
this is
future coaster scholars will have to.
yeah. Better
back
men
and
than we.
declare.
Better men than we. Yeah. So this was formerly known as the Swamp Thing, before I guess Legoland took over or whatever. I don't know. And it's nothing special at all. It's yeah. If you weren't going for a coaster credit,
It hurt.
I don't think I'd ride any of these actually. Coaster no. Well, I guess I would ride the Dragon. If
I wouldn't
knew
even go to
dark
the
ride.
park.
Well, you wouldn't, but some of us would. Okay,
For $80.
let's move on to the last coaster, the best
I
coaster.
mean, it's only how long do you have to work to earn your way into Legoland?
Yeah, see?
You think about
Couple
that.
hours.
But you have to think about what's around it and how much more you could spend to actually go like Disney or Universal
Oh, that is true.
or a real park.
Oh, I don't know about that. You gotta evaluate the park on its own merits. You can't.
Yeah.
Because if you compare everything against Disney and Universal, you'll never go anywhere.
It's right down the street.
That's
though.
what people do.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that's why Legoland was empty.
All right, let's move on to the last coaster. Great Lego Race 2011 Mack Rides Wild Mouse. VR was added on March 21st, 2018. So just recent, this year, they added the VR. And let me tell you something. This was the best VR coaster I've ridden. They did this splendidly.
Wow.
It was awesome. Because, it's a racing. So you're on a Wild Mouse, but it's
How
a racing.
do you do a racing on a wild mouse?
Well, it's a race in VR. Like you're against other people in virtual reality.
Oh.
So they're coming up behind you, and it's Lego, so like the road's crumbling and things are happening, and super, super good.
Okay, that's really so. The whole VR experience is Lego World.
Yes. Yeah. The coaster itself is nothing. It's just a wild
because
mouse.
Wild Mouse
It needs to be
suck,
painted.
right?
What's that, Ian?
It needs to be painted.
Well, you're in a VR coaster. Who
I
cares?
know, I'm just saying, like, the ride looks pretty janky.
Yeah, who cares? You put VR on and it's awesome. But yeah, definitely the best VR.
It's the only one
seen.
I've ridden that didn't hurt me.
Wild Mouse? Yeah, Wild Mouse. You have to be careful.
Not Wild Mouse.
No,
I'm talking
VR.
VR.
Oh well,
Every
maybe.
other VR headset just kills me.
But also, Wild Mouse. If you don't know that turn's coming, that could really jack you up. But it didn't. It didn't hurt because it's not as evident in VR that you're going to a 180.
Because you're in VR. I mean, the Wild Mouse could actually be pretty wild if they did the VR well. Because
Yeah,
in the world, those are just awful, and you're just worried about falling over and dying.
that's what you are.
I have zero confidence that any Wild Mouse is going to stay on the track at any given time.
We are quite aware of your hang-ups on wild mice or mouse rides. Mice, yeah.
The wild mice, yes.
Yeah, the wild mice. But
Mises.
as far as VR goes, 100% the best VR, and I would ride that coaster again easily. Like if I went to the park and because I already got the credit, I would ride that again. Probably, well, I'd ride that and the Dragon because the Dragon has the cool dark ride elements.
I don't want to ever step foot in that park.
Oh, jeez. Wow. All right.
It was
Wow,
bad.
that's your graduation gift, so you better.
Yeah.
You guys can go without me.
That's his graduation gift.
Yeah. All right. So that was Legoland. Like I said, we got there at park opening, which was, I don't know, like 10:30, and we were there. Well, we only stayed past noon because we had to wait for the Lego movie,
That
or
we
else
saw.
we would have been gone. So hindsight, yeah, we should have left because it's the same movie. But if I wouldn't have known that, though, so it actually works out. So we decided, because like I said, it's about 50 minutes south of Orlando. So we decided to eat locally, and a storm was coming in, like a huge storm. Like as we were leaving, the thunder and lightning, the clouds. So it started pouring down when we got there, or we got into our car, and we stopped at the Southeast Eatery. It's like in a strip mall, a couple miles down the road from Legoland. Oh, there's the eraser. I should have been kept up on this. All right.
Yeah.
So the Southwest Eatery. Now this is
Ian looks rather afraid of this food.
this is awesome. This place had
Better than Legoland.
incredible. Like this is little hole in the wall in some strip mall that was. It only serves lunch, I think, right?
Yeah, they
Lunch and
close
breakfast.
at
They close like
2.
at 3 p.m. or 2. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like crazy. But like everything was like $5, and you just got like if you look at the dishes, you just got overserved a ton of food. It was insane. Yeah, Chris got the meatloaf special. So not only did he get this plate of meatloaf and mashed potatoes and everything, but he got a salad and soup with it, and it was like $8.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it was insane. And there's like 3 big pieces of meatloaf on there. Yeah, it was.
That is an enormous plate.
Yeah,
It's
that's
completely covered.
Yeah, and that's me cutting a piece off. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a piece of that. Of course, I had the Sunday waffle because they serve breakfast all day. So this thing has ice cream, syrup, everything.
See, that's not breakfast anymore, Tom. Once you add ice cream and chocolate syrup, your waffle is no longer a breakfast food.
It was glorious. I got coffee and that thing. Oh man,
Did someone get the stuffed?
God, please tell me there's a gift
What's that
shop
called?
upstairs.
gift
Does
shop?
this place have a gift shop built
There's
into
no
it?
upstairs. It's
Oh.
very small.
Because General Pickett's Cafe in Gettysburg had its own gift shop.
No,
and it was wonderful.
I wish this place was
Oh.
awesome.
Because this seems prime for a gift shop upstairs with just really awful Florida souvenirs.
Oh no, man! This place was just the greatest thing ever. It was so good, so good.
Did anyone get the French toast that was stuffed with Nutella?
I don't think so.
is so gross.
I think everyone else got burgers, which at this place, yeah, getting a burger, come on. But what are you
Why
gonna
do
do?
You had a
People eat
fake funnel
Nutella.
cake.
Oh man, it was
Yeah,
beautiful.
your funnel cake was poorly shaped.
Yeah.
It was not a funnel cake. It's a waffle, a glorious
Used
waffle.
the wrong dough.
Oh man, so good, so good. So yeah, I highly recommend if you're out at Legoland, do yourself a favor because it's good food. It's really greatly priced. Just don't go for dinner because it won't be open. It's only open.
And all of you came home alive.
Yeah, we never
See,
got
that's
sick.
what I always worry about. You find some eatery in a hole in the wall that serves you a ton of food for like no money, and you're
Yeah.
like, Where are they getting this? Where are they
Yeah.
sourcing this meat from?
Yeah, that's why I got the waffle. There's no meat in my. God knows what was in that meatloaf, but it tasted pretty good. All right, next we did. So so here's what we did. So we went to on the way back. Like I said, it was pouring down rain. We get back to Orlando, and the next stop was the Fun Spot America Orlando. So we go there, and it's just raining. It's lightning. Essentially, everything's shut down. So we go in and we get our bands because there's no one there. So it's like there's no one at the ticket window. So I figured let's go there, get our bands, then we can come back because it's open till midnight. And this was I don't know what time it was at this point. It wasn't too bad. So we went in, we got our 4-ride bands, quote unquote, and then we left because we hung out for a little bit, but it just wasn't subsiding. So we decided we're going to hit WonderWorks because we had dinner reservations at 6 o'clock at the Out of Control Magic Show. So we're like, we're going to hit that, do all that stuff before it, and then hit the Magic Show, wrap up anything else we want to do there, then head back to Fun Spot when the weather clears up. So that's what we did. So we hit WonderWorks. And that's the building. If anyone doesn't know, it's upside down. It looks like it's upside down.
I've driven by that so many times, and I've always wanted to go in. So I'm excited to hear about what is in here.
Very good.
So it has a bunch of. So it's kind of like Epcot, Future World, or whatever, where it has a bunch of has an earthquake simulator where you sat down and you're at a table and it shook. Now, like the kids are like, "Ooh, big deal." But if you're in your house and it shook like that, it would be a different story than if you're in a like you're expecting a ride. It's a different experience. So
yeah, I've only ever been in one earthquake, and it was disconcerting because we were in Washington D.C. and you don't normally get earthquakes up there.
I was in my house here in Richmond, and the house shook.
That happened, yeah.
I was like, "Holy cow! What the heck was that?"
Because we were in D.C. in the lab, and the evidence room was under us, and it's a DNA evidence, so you don't want to fall into this room. And the lab is shaking, and we're like, "Oh my god, what is this?" And funny story, because I called my wife after, because it was like a 2-3 minute tremor. It was a pretty good one. It lasted pretty long. So I called my wife to see how she was down in Virginia Beach and see what she was doing. I'm like, "You okay? Everything good? You're all right?" And she's like, "What?" And she had no idea. I'm like, "Well, the earthquake." She's, "I'm vacuuming." She was so busy.
Wow.
She missed an earthquake.
Wow. That's good. Well, she is legally blind, so she won't be able to see it. Oh boy. So they had an earthquake simulator, which I did. They had a wind. I don't know if it was a tornado or a typhoon. I don't know.
That crappy phone booth in the mall that blows.
No, this is a bigger one.
Because
that was
disappointing. We tried it at the mall.
They blew the wind blew you around. They have a bed of nails that you can lay on. They had a pixel wall that here's a picture. I'll put the video up on the YouTube part. But as you move the pixels on the screen, take your shape. So
this is how Andy Serkis does it.
Yeah, this is it. My precious.
This is Gollum right here.
They had a big, those pins things that you put your hand in, and it makes the impression.
Yes.
They had a huge one for your whole body that you could walk into.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's good. And of course, they have the Astronaut Training Challenge. Now, this thing I did not do. I'll be the first one to admit I did not get involved with this. But it's a sphere that you get locked into, and they lock you in. Your feet, your arms, your wrist, your neck.
Restraints.
Yeah, you are locked in 100%. You cannot move. And then they just simply, there's two of you. You're facing opposite directions, and then they just give you a spin, and you start rotating, and you rotate.
So the gyroscope.
Yeah.
See, this looks like a low-speed cyborg cyberspin.
Yeah, it could be. You wouldn't know because you didn't ride it. And I didn't ride this, so we have really no reference.
There we are.
So you're just spinning. I didn't do it. I didn't feel like it would be prudent for me to...
I don't blame you for not doing it.
Take this on.
You just had all that waffle in your stomach.
Well, it's a couple hours later, but yeah.
You can't tell me that thing digested in just a couple of hours.
Yeah, but this thing was spinning and spinning.
That was like the longest minute ever.
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, and then at one point she stopped you and spun you the other direction. Or something.
I thought it was over.
Yeah. Nope, you're going the other way.
No, this looks absolutely terrible.
Yeah, and so on the other side of this thing is the roller coaster simulator that you pick, and you're on a arm and it spins you around. Mm-hmm. That thing actually went down. We didn't actually get to do that. So. And I wasn't really too hard pressed to do it because I've done it multiple times at other places. at Disney Quest and Epcot. So I wasn't too concerned about doing that one. But yeah, this thing was just this gyro thing, man.
Yeah, that
Freaking
just
think
has
about it.
nope written all over it.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, they only made it make it worse to just strap you in with a snake or something.
So yeah, so that was fun. Then they have the ropes course. So essentially, it's in this building. So above the one floor, they have a bunch of ropes course stuff set up. So we got to do that. So it's small, but it's in a building. You can't expect.
So you're walking on a rope bridge.
Yeah, there's ropes and there's different. It's multi-leveled, so you can go up. There's different obstacles that you can do. Yeah, so it's fun, and you're on a thing, and So if we've never done it, so for us it was new and it was fun. It was a good way to start, and it's probably better for smaller kids because you don't want them out on these bigger courses. And plus, it's inside. It's not. I'm not sweating.
You're in Orlando. You're happy to be anywhere.
I'm happy to be inside.
That was after the show.
Yeah. So but we'll talk about all of that then. Yeah, we did a bunch of the other stuff. Then we went to the dinner show, and then we did the one-time things like the ropes course, the laser tag.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
We did the 4D thing before.
Yeah. So there's a 4D ride thing that we did before, and you got one of those, so that was fun. The laser tag. We did that. That was fun.
I
That was
won.
everyone against each other. PvP.
I won.
I came in second, and everyone else. So there was what? How many of us were there? I mean, there's 7 of us alone. Plus there was another family.
There's
or
like
so.
11 or 12.
Yeah, there's like 12 of us. And Ian came in first. Barely came in first. I won. And I came in second. What's that score there?
I don't know. It's just I never read the second line on things like this.
How dare you? That's me.
Never matters.
The second line is me.
Exactly.
It's like with win out like 100 points.
Only the top line matters.
It's very close.
Really.
Oh, man. All right. So, yeah, that was fun. Then they had an arcade as well. This is interesting. They had an arcade, and I figured, there's an arcade. I should be able to play some games. You had to pay.
Wow.
So they had all this free stuff, and then they had one room that had arcade games, and you had to pay quarters and stuff to play the games. Like, come on, man. I'm spending $30. No, oh, by the way. So WonderWorks is $33.99. Excuse me, $33.99 and $24.99 for kids. So again, for just the price wise, those two things, that and Legoland, really, we hit our mark.
Your fun card's paid for.
Yeah.
Then the rest of this whole thing is now gravy, right?
Yeah,
All
including the dinner show, which I haven't talked about yet, because the dinner show is another $30, $31.99 and $21.99. So. I think they had a combo ticket for $60 that you could do WonderWorks and dinner show for $60 at the site that you went that day and got it. So for $60, so essentially this whole thing, the dinner show and the WonderWorks was $60 value. So between that and the $80, we're already surpassed what we paid for the Go Card. So so Out of Control Magic Comedy Dinner Show. Now obviously you expect awful pizza, terrible service, corny show. Let me tell you something. This thing was awesome. Now, the service, especially at the very beginning, was very sketch.
I mean, you have 50 people all piled into a single room, and they're all ordering dinner at the exact same time.
They had like 4 tables of, what is that, 20 to 30 people? Yeah, 4 or 5 across. So, I mean, it's a lot of people. They had one server per table of, like 20 plus people.
And then the kitchen's trying to prepare all the food. That's terrible.
Yeah. And plus they were upselling, like you could buy drinks, upsell for a more elaborate drinks, like specialty drinks. And of course those took priority over yours. And they had 2 beers. They had like a Rolling Rock and some light. So Chris and I were the only one drinking beer. So we were like, we're gonna go with Rolling Rock because we don't want that crappy light. And of course everyone else was drinking the light. So they'd go around with pitchers to fill up beer. It was always the light. It was never the regular.
Rolling Rock. You should have just said, Dad, you give me light then.
Well, I had Trish order a beer too. So, she had a beer, and I'd just sip off of each, and I'd give Chris some. So we had 3 beers to rotate, and it turned out to be fine. I mean, after the initial, like, trying to get everyone stuff, and people, like gorging themselves at the very beginning to try to get more, after that subsided, the service was fine. But it was a little rough at the beginning. The
Well,
pizza
that situation is impossible for them to do. I mean, they're
well, they could
backed
staff
into a
more,
corner,
right? They could staff more people, but they're not going to.
But how could you?
Because if they
Then
staff
you're paying them to do
more,
nothing
you have to
all
pay
night.
more. Plus, you have to give out more stuff. So it only behooves them to do poor service because they have to give out less beer and less pizza. So it doesn't help to
And your kitchen's still only so fast.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, I'm sure those pizzas, I'm sure. But let me tell you something. That pizza, they had salad to start with, which I had some. These are salad.
nice
Yeah, it's
burnt
salad,
lettuce
right?
and some shredded carrot.
The pizza was good. I was shocked
Nice.
at the quality of the pizza. I love the pizza. It was very good. Now, I will say this. There was a point now it's an hour and a half show, and the show didn't actually start. I think it was an hour show.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think first half hour, you just basically ate and drank and just nothing happened. But at a certain point, about midway through to maybe the last part of the show, they stopped giving out pizza. Like, they stopped bringing pizza out. So they advertise this all-you-can-eat pizza. But so they have these...
you can eat in 30 minutes pizza?
Yeah, they have these little disc things in the middle of the tables, multiple ways down the table. So what they do is they put a pizza on the disc. Once the pan is empty, somebody comes by, picks up the pan. Then somebody else comes by, sees the empty disc, puts another pizza on. So the key is, if you want to maximize your pizza, take the slices off. Even if you double up, give everyone like 3 pieces of pizza.
You need an empty pan on your
Yes,
disc.
because once they have an empty pan, somebody takes that and somebody replaces the pizza. Now, at a certain point, we ate the pizza, the pan was gone, and they never replaced the pizza. Now, I didn't want any more pizza, so I'm not angry because they gave us. You had plenty of food, but it isn't all. I guess you could wave someone down and say, "Hey, I want more pizza," and they would have brought it. But they stop at a certain point. They stop giving out pizza. I guess it's
Because at that point, it's just going to get wasted.
well, no one wants it anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's so much, incredibly so much pizza. Yeah, I had my fill between that and the beer. But in the comedy,
So you are the Homer Simpson in this case. That is not all I can eat.
yeah. Where'd you go afterwards? You went out to eat.
Yeah, you went to McDonald's on the way to the hotel.
Oh man. Let's talk about the comedy show, the Magic Comedy Show. It was really good too. The guy was very good. He was very funny. A lot of the tricks were actually like, oh, well, that's good. And a lot of stuff was like, oh, your card's over there on the wall. And you're like, ah, dang it. Now I got to come back to the show to see them putting that card on the wall. Because no one's paying attention. Like, there's stuff like that happening all the time. Like, oh, this is under your table. Like, man, how did I... So... And it was really good. And I'll tell you about Disney Cruise. Remind me of... this never works. Every time I tell you to remind me of something on another episode, we never do it.
It doesn't, no.
But I'll remember. Because a lot of the stuff the magician did on the Disney Cruise was exact same stuff this guy did. So it must be like a hey, have a magic comedy show. Here's how you do it. Here's some tricks. But I will say this guy did a better job than the guy on Disney Cruise. This guy had a better charisma.
Hear
Very
that, Michael
funny.
Eisner?
Yeah.
Here's your new guy.
Get your stuff straight. Really good. Ian, what do you think about the show?
Yeah, it was very funny and good.
Yeah, I mean, laughing out loud, funny.
Yeah, a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh yeah, the whole experience.
I like bad magic comedy. It's usually great.
The whole experience was definitely worth the $30 between the show and the food, and I guess the drinks. It was worth the expenditure of the money because, oh man, it was so good. I would definitely do that again, and I would pay a family of 5. I don't know. That's expensive.
That's a little much.
Yeah, it's a little. That's a lot. Especially since I already saw it.
See, this is
I'd
why
probably do
I'm so
something
excited for Chris to move out.
Yeah.
Because all of this is going to become available to me
yeah.
really soon. Oh. I love you, son. He's not going to listen to this.
Yeah,
anyway.
no. Yeah, so that was the WonderWorks and the Out of Control Magic Comedy Dinner Show. Ian, do you have anything to add to that?
No.
You have any questions,
got
Joe,
everything.
before we move forward?
Nope.
All right, let's move on to Fun Spot Orlando. All right, this is of the 2 fun spots that we visited, this was 100% the nicer fun spot.
Yeah.
The other one, we'll get to that. Oh my. So we went back to the fun spot. We already had our wristbands. We walked in. Like I said, the night was a rainy night. So we went to the first ride. They didn't scan our bands. So we rode. Then we rode again.
So there were 4 ride bands, right?
Yes. And they scan your band every time you rode, and they keep track. So somebody so the front of the park, they rode here. This one's called Hot Seat. Essentially, it's like an SNS swing that just goes back and forth, and it has two on one side, two on the other, and there's two swings. So they rode this, didn't scan any bands. We rode the Freedom Flyer coaster, didn't scan our band. And I think the one guy said that somebody asked about it, and the guy said that the moisture in the air just not conducive to trying to scan the band, so they didn't bother. Nice. So we rode this. We rode Freedom Flyer.
So go to Fun Spot on a rainy day is your recommendation.
Yes, because we rode more than 4 rides each.
Yeah.
And so Freedom Flyer. Let's get to the coasters. They have Sea Serpent, which is a kiddie coaster. Didn't ride that. Freedom Flyer is a 2013 Vekoma suspended. Again, they call it suspended RCDB, but it's an invert. So I'm not sure why they do that. This has VR, but because of the weather, it wasn't running. So I was very disappointed in that because this is nothing more than the Legoland version. I mean, it's essentially what?
I thought it was good.
You thought this was good?
Yeah.
I thought it was identical to Legoland. I mean, the layout was different, but it's the same thing. It's the same level of family suspended coaster. The layout just slightly.
I like the way it went around the park. The area
it just wasn't. Yeah, without the VR, it wasn't worth my time.
I think Legoland did something to Ian.
Yeah,
I hate Legoland.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of the Cedar Point effect.
Yes, no matter how good it is. I mean, you could have a 300-foot coaster in Legoland, and Ian would be like, "Oh, that's right."
No, thank you.
Probably skip it.
Yeah,
you can't have anything. There's nothing good on Legoland.
Then they have a wooden coaster, White Lightning 2013 GCI wood.
Very good.
Awesome coaster. I rode in the back. I think I rode 3 times, and I could do that because they weren't scanning our bands.
4-ride band.
Yeah, woo! The front was awesome. The back was incredible. Yeah, it was awesome. I love that coaster. We rode it multiple times, and oh man, it was so fun. And there's no lines.
You have the information about it?
I said it was a 2013 GCI. Yeah, okay. GCI. So that was White Lightning. So then we went to the back of the park. Now, the back of the park, they have all the go-kart tracks. They have 3 go-kart tracks, and they're all multi-leveled, very fancy tracks. Now, the go-kart tracks, they were scanning your bands. So they were like, we're not. You can ride the coasters, but you're not getting away with it. So we rode so on the 4-ride thing, we rode both coasters, the wooden coaster 2 or 3 times. The kids rode these other rides, and we all rode the go-karts, 3 different tracks on 4 ride bands.
Nice.
Yeah. Go-karts. Super fun. We all rode those, had a blast. Actually, Trish didn't ride some of them. Super fun go-kart tracks. It was great.
Yeah.
Anything to say about the go-karts, Ian? No. Yeah, they're about
the go-karts.
Then on the way out, the kids decided they wanted to ride Head Rush 360.
This is awesome.
Now this thing is, I did not ride this either. Now, the one thing I want to mention about Fun Spot Orlando, or all the Fun Spots, their people that work there are slow. Oh my god. So I'm showing the guys right now the video of them getting on the 360, and this lady is just taking her time. It is a slow. Every ride op at this place is ridiculously slow. They have nothing better to do, and they don't care. Oh, there's nobody in the park either. I mean, if you look around, there's nobody in the park. And she is in no rush.
She's what, 19?
Yeah, she's in no rush.
Working at a off the strip amusement
she can't
park
even get into
Orlando.
to Disney, right? She's in
can't get into Disney. She's got 2 or 3
carnival.
Kids at home crying in the trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't even want to go there.
No.
She's just stuck.
So this is Head Rush 360. Both Fun Spots have this ride. I think it's a newer ride too. This is like one of their newest attractions. Of course, it has a really cool light package, and it spins you
Looks
around.
Looks like a really short version of the new Wonder Woman thing.
Well, this one actually goes a full rotation where those don't.
Oh yeah, but that looks awful.
Yeah, I didn't ride that either. Especially since that lady was in charge of us. Like, no thanks.
That was fun.
So that was Fun Spot Orlando. We spent a couple hours there.
Our baby gators. Nice.
So now we decided to go into Congo River Adventure Golf.
Tell me you played with the baby gators.
I did not. But let me tell you something, buddy. Let me tell you. This is the putt-putt. I shot 2 under par. The greatest round.
Nice.
I felt like the guy.
He's the Tiger Woods of putt-putt.
I felt like Caddyshack.
Bill Murray?
Storm. That old guy, every time you hit the ball, just go in.
Yes!
Of course, I didn't get electrocuted at the end, but that's what I felt like. Every putt, I mean, I shot 200 par. I crushed everyone else. And as you can see from this picture, at the end, I got a medal for winning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why isn't that medal hanging in studio?
It should.
I'm wondering. I'm looking around here.
Yeah, no, you don't see it.
I don't see the medal. I'm a little disappointed in you.
And let me tell you, we walked right up, gave them our cards, and got in. Because we know that when we did the preview show, it's like advanced reservations only. Yeah, no, we walked right up.
You need a podcast Hall of Fame here on this wall. I mean, seriously, because that medal should be hanging here.
Yeah, my 5K from the Disney cruise, this, everything. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it was a very fun park, right? And how do you like the putt-putt?
It was fun. It
Yeah.
was one of the better ones.
Yeah, it's multi-leveled, it had good obstacles. It was very good.
Yeah.
And like I said, I crushed it, man. I two-putt everything. It was wonderful. Or if I didn't get a hole-in-one. Yeah, it was sick. I was dominating. Then, so that was day one. That was Thursday, essentially. We finished out the day. So we started like at 10, and I think it was close to 11. Well, the putt-putt closed at 11, and for us to finish, it was after 11.
And so why did you choose not to feed and hold their baby gators?
We're going to Gatorland, dude. Why would I mess with gators at a putt-putt when I go to the gator capital of the world? I'll feed them there, sir. No, I don't want these.
That's true. I thought there'd be some anticipatory
red-headed
gator love going on.
No. Speaking of Gatorland, first thing we did Saturday morning, we headed right out to Gatorland.
Woo!
Oh, my Lord. And please go to the YouTube channel and see the Gator Wrestling show because it is awful.
It is spectacular. That is great.
I mean, it's Florida locals would love it.
I mean, how is that not every last thing you expected?
Yeah, it
Orlando
is.
Gator Wrestling.
Let me tell you something. The whole Gatorland experience is a tourist trap. Like, it's at the level of south of the border. It's amazing. Like, it's got, like, I mean, just the opening where they have the big gator mouth that you get pictures. I mean, that's just inviting tourists to come in and get pictures, right?
It's literally dumb.
It's weird, too, because gators in Florida, gators are like pests, right?
Yeah, they like eat their dogs and stuff.
So for like let's say Virginia, we wanted to open up a land. It'd be like, what's a pest here? A rat or a vole? Like vole land. And like we just gather a bunch of things that annoy people around here, and like have other like people outside of the environment come by and visit them.
Well, you can't really make vole boots or anything, right? I mean,
I want vole wrestling.
If you watch Archer, vole's blood is an aphrodisiac.
Oh, well, there you go. Oh, that'll be in our gift shop. Yeah, but yeah, it's weird. The whole concept of Gatorland is very strange.
And how much is it?
Gatorland is $30 and $20 for
That's a little much.
It's worth
kids.
every possible penny.
Okay, so we get to Gatorland first thing in the morning. We go through. Luckily, I am always self-aware because there's this huge ticket window line, and it's lapped back and forth about
For some reason.
30 people deep. I don't know what's going on. It's Saturday morning. Everyone's going to Gatorland. Off to the side, there's another ticket window that says packages or something. So I said, hey, I'm getting this line. Someone go over there and see if we can use our Go cards over there. And of course, they wave us right in. Like, oh, yeah. So we passed this huge line. Now, everyone else, they would have just gotten the line like sheep. Not me. I saw a chance. I took it. And they took us. So I was very happy.
Ooh,
yeah, so we got in to see those gators earlier than everybody else.
He's bold.
That's right. So let me tell you, if you go with the Go card, off to the right, there is another window, a separate window, that they will accept your Go card and let you straight in. You don't have to stand in the day ticket window, quote unquote. Again, why you would wait to get to Gatorland before buying a ticket? Unless there's nothing out there either, though. It's not like you're driving to Disney like, oh, look, Gatorland, let's stop here. Like, it's nowhere. So you have to be going to Gatorland to get there, right?
Is a destination. How do you not see this?
Well, that's okay. But what I'm saying, if it is a destination, you're buying your tickets beforehand. It's not like you're driving by like, Gatorland, let's stop.
These are also people. Let's go back to Venn diagrams. These are the people going to Gatorland and people with internet access.
Yeah. That is true. Yeah.
I mean, they're on their flip phone texting their families.
There's not an overlap in that event. In fact, I wouldn't even call it an event. They don't overlap at all.
They're just two circles on different pieces of paper.
Yeah, they're not even on the same sheet of paper. Yeah, you're probably right. So Gatorland. So now this is okay. Here's a sign that is at Gatorland. that really tells you the mentality.
This ain't a magical
Yeah.
kingdom. I love the
This
word ain't.
Yeah, I know. This ain't. Hey, this ain't magical kingdom. So we ain't responsible for you or your kids being all goofy and climbing on the statue, falling off and hurting yourself. So that's basically
Wonderful. Stay off the attractions.
That's
all classed
essentially
up.
yeah. So hey, if you get hurt, it's not our fault. But in a very hicky way of saying it. That's wonderful. They had gator feeding. We did that. They give you hot dogs. So you break up hot dogs, throw them down. Amazingly, so they have all these birds. These birds and the gators have a very weird relationship. Because at like one point, like there's a pier type thing where the gator's like at the edge and the birds are sitting right next to him, and they're just like right next to each other. And the gator would like move a little, and the bird would move sideways a little. Like they're like it's very weird. Like the gator's like, I'm gonna eat you one day, and the bird's like, try it, buddy. Like they're very, very weird. But these birds here, you throw the hot dog. Gators have very bad sense of aim. Like if you throw something down, they miss a lot. Like they're very bad. But these birds will swoop down in the middle of this pit of gators and grab that hot dog.
And snag the hot dog from them.
Yeah, it's quite amazing to watch. Like, holy cow, you guys have some guts.
I mean, the dinosaurs, baby. They're not afraid of no gator.
And look at this bird.
On an alligator.
He's on the gator.
Gator didn't care.
Gator didn't care.
Well, a gator can't reach him. I mean, it's amazing, right? I mean, birds are...
If I was another gator, I'd be like, Charlie, don't move. I'm coming up. I'm going to get this bird.
I'm going to get that bird off your back. Somebody come eat this damn bird. He's using me as an Uber.
Yeah, I'm tired of this guy. So, yeah. What else do we have for Gatorland? Oh, geez. Gator Wrestling, like I said, exactly what you expect. Hickey jokes. The gator was pretty small. I don't know what I expected, but yeah.
I mean, you don't really expect him to grab like a 10-foot alligator and get eaten.
I'll tell you what,
right?
the most interesting part of that show was at the very end when you put the gator to sleep. When it was just laying there on
and
its
then
back.
pickled it back
Yeah,
to reality.
yeah. So that was interesting. So go watch the video. The whole video. We might as well watch the whole video. But at the very end, it's worth watching the whole way through because at the very end.
You just told them to skip straight to the end.
I did. And you probably should. Unless
There's
you're
some really bad jokes.
one of the performers, yeah.
Or the performer's mom.
Yeah.
Then you have to watch it.
I'm so proud. But yeah, that was Gatorland. We spent a couple hours.
When the show's over, pick me up a pack of Luckies on your way home.
Yeah. Yeah, Gatorland. $30, that's insane. And of course, they had the gift shop, and wow, everything you want Gator, they got it. But there you go, Gatorland.
So I take it you'd have no Gatorland souvenirs here.
Oh, a ton. Yeah. No, I didn't buy a single Gatorland souvenir.
I can't believe Ian doesn't have boots.
Oh boy. All right, so the next stop on our agenda was Fun Spot America Kissimmee. I heard this was the rougher of the two fun spots, so I wanted to do this one during the day rather than at night because the element that might be there.
Better video evidence for the jury.
Yeah. Better lighting. It's at Old Town, so it's like an antique area or something. So as we're driving in, I knew the reputation that it was a bad area. As I'm driving in, I don't know if there was big houses or something. I'm like, oh, this is a pretty nice area. And then we got there, like, oh no, yeah, this is a bad area. You could just tell.
You just took one turn and then you're
it's
bad.
like, oh, this nice turn. Oh no, this is not good. This place is just sketch. You walk in. The other fun spot was no Magic Kingdom by any means, but at least it looked
nice.
It looked nice. This place, it's just like, oh my god, this is like like a fire hall carnival type.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. In the fact that they put this brand new coaster in, it's amazing. So Fun Spot Kissimmee has two go-kart tracks, Vortex and the Vortex track is the only one that I did because it has a steep downhill. And this one actually, when you're going down and you turn at full speed, you can actually drift. So this one was pretty awesome. Yeah, I only did the one. I didn't do the second one because I wanted my 4. Because now this is a brand new day. Sunny, they scanned your band, so there's no getting extra rides on this one. I wanted to ride Mind Blower more than once, or actually, yeah, I wanted to do the 2 coasters, a go-kart, and Mind Blower twice. 4 rides, Mind Blower twice, the other coaster, and a go-kart. So I skipped the other go-kart track because I wanted Mind Blower. Everyone else did the go-karts, and I'm the only one that did Mind Blower multiple times. No, except for, actually, no, my daughter did Mind Blower with me a second time. So Kitty coaster again. Let's go to the coasters. I didn't ride it. Rockstar is a Wild Mouse. It's 2011 Zamperla Wild Mouse, and this was relocated from Legoland Florida as it was called Galaxy Spin. So there, this was in
Florida,
Legoland Florida.
Legoland sold them a Wild Mouse and then bought their own Wild Mouse to replace it.
Well, they built a better one. Yeah.
That needs painted.
Well, according to Ian, but it looks fine.
No.
This is not a good Wild Mouse. It barely spun.
Oh no, this is bad. Like bad.
Now, Joe, you would find this to be a great Wild Mouse because it barely spun.
We should do the Raging Cajun.
Oh, we are. Shh, be quiet. Don't tell Joe.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Don't worry. I'll cut this out of the episode so he won't know we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a bad coaster.
Ian's just going to throw a blanket over my head and I'll go to sleep.
We'll tickle you back. Yeah, this is not a good coaster. If I had a four ride credit, I would not use this as one of them unless you wanted the coaster credit. Joe, you would not waste your time with this one. Next one, Mind Blower, 2017 Gravity Craft Corporation Wood. This thing was awesome. Oh man, I love this coaster. It was so fun. It goes upside down. It's wood. Oh man, so good. So
Is this
good.
one we watched the video of earlier?
Yes, this is the video.
Oh, that looks sweet.
In fact, that is me upside down, I believe. This is super fun. I rode it 3 times, and I rode it 3 times because Trish did not use any of her credits. She didn't want to ride anything. So I went up and I had the lady scan her band so I could ride.
Got on.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
So we still walked out. I think 3 of her credits she didn't use. Yeah, because we were ready to go because it was
Not
hot.
a very good consumer.
No. And I was going to ride it more, but the lady's like, well, if you want to use up all hers, you really should go to the front and get her switch off so that you get her band. I'm like, this one, do this one. She said, oh, okay. So it would have been more of a hassle to ride more, or I would have just used them all up. But she wanted me to go.
Or just lie and say, I just want to do this one 4 times.
Yeah, but I think that second time after I say, I just want to do this one time, she might catch on. Like, I don't
know. I think you could get to the 3rd time.
You probably could have gone up there and switched your band and rode the ride before we were done with go-karts.
Oh, go-karts was awful. There's one guy who was insistent on having his kid who was not allowed to drive the double cart. And he kept arguing with the people. And instead of the staff saying, I'm sorry, sir, you're not allowed. If you want to continue this conversation, please go to a manager somewhere. They just let him talk.
I love how people argue with employees like that all the time.
It was 20 minutes before they pulled out.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Did you not throw something at him?
I was mad. I was walking up to say, listen, I don't care what you guys are doing, but get this freaking... My family has been in these cars waiting this entire time while this guy's arguing that he wants his daughter to be able to drive.
That was the second time, too.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah, he did it twice. And then, so he finally got his way. So this girl's driving. She's going like 5 miles an hour.
Of course, because she's not
like
old enough
she's
to
going up
drive
a
the damn
hill.
car.
She stopped. She didn't have enough momentum to go up the hill. She stopped. Now she's a hazard. Now everyone else is going full speed. In the other track, let me tell you.
That is this dude's work. This man's life is.
I just wanted to punch him. Oh, I hate him. I
Well,
hate him.
luckily, as soon as she, becomes a stripper and you're not gonna have to worry about her interfering in your life anymore.
Oh, but let me tell you about the other go-kart track on the other day. We're going around and there's this blind corner that you're going and you go up a hill. So what happens is, I'm not sure how this works, but when there's an accident or something happens, all cars kind of stop.
Yeah.
And then you have to restart. This car stopped in the middle of this hill and I was coming around the corner. I didn't see it. And I hit this car full speed. This girl was like a teenage girl. I rear-ended her full speed and she was like, ah!
Nice.
Oh my God. I hurt my arm. Like I hurt myself. Wow. It was, oh man. Because it was right after going down and it was coming back up around. So I had good momentum going. I hit her square. Oh man. I didn't see her. So sorry, girl. But that's the price you pay. But yeah, so yeah, the go-karts, that was really frustrating. At the end of that, we're like, all right, let's get out of here. Because then it started raining. And that's another thing. It was sunny that whole time. While he's arguing, clouds came in and it started raining. So when they finally took off, it was raining. Like, dude, you're an idiot.
Parents should just be beaten.
Yeah, there's rules for a reason. And that girl driving that cart was, I would never want her to wreck, but people could have wrecked into her so easily because she's going so slow. She's going at least half the speed less than everybody else on the course. So,
So
whatever.
every time you pass them, you just scream something at them.
I'd have smashed her. I'd have wrecked her. Like, you're going down. I'd teach you. No, I wouldn't have, but yes, I would.
Yeah.
No.
That guy deserved it.
Oh, man.
And I mean, let's face it. I mean, it's yelling at them. At least you get the vent on this idiot, and that's all she's going to get for the rest of her life because she's just raised improperly. And she just better get used to it now.
Good luck. Good luck. Find a husband and get the heck out.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, that park, really, there is never a reason to go to Fun Spot Kissimmee other than, I guess, Mind Blower. If you can go in there during the day, ride that, and get the heck out, that's the way to go. So, on that day, also, that was our friend Chris's birthday. So, we went to Disney Springs and ate at the Boathouse. Now, we didn't eat at the Boathouse when we went down, right? So, we've never eaten there.
We did not. No.
Yeah.
No.
So,
We ate at the bowling alley when we went down there.
oh, yeah.
It was fantastic.
I haven't eaten there yet. Maybe when we go down. So, I got the Gibson Sandwich King award-winning burger, crisp cherry peppers, jalapeno, Havarti, spiced mayo. So, it was good. But Chris got the Boathouse barbecue bacon burger. This thing has creamy coleslaw, smoky barbecue sauce, pimento cheese, house barbecue spice rub. Joe, no hyperbole. The greatest burger I've ever eaten.
Wow.
The greatest burger I have ever. He gave me a couple bites. Oh my Lord. Oh my God. It was so good.
Wow.
My burger was good. Then I ate his. I'm like, oh my Lord. This thing is out of this world. I don't know what the combination of the barbecue sauce and the cheese. I don't know what made it as good as it was.
I love a good burger, but it doesn't sound like that would be the one, right?
No,
thinking if you're
no.
gonna have like a best burger, it's
Yes. I don't know
have
what would be on.
Yeah.
It would be spicy
it
for
wouldn't
me.
be barbecue with bacon, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
mine
you'd
would
think-
be hella like mine sounded like a better burger. I had the jalapeno, mayo. Yeah, I had all the good stuff. And no, man, this thing
maybe
was
a good mushroom Swiss. I mean, that was just so tasty.
Yeah, those are all right. Those aren't my favorite, the Swiss mushroom ones, but this thing was so good.
The jalapeno.
This thing was
Now Harris Teeter down at the beach, they do the custom burgers at the
Harris Teeter. That's
Yes.
a grocery store,
It's
right?
a grocery store, but if you go to their meat counter, they make burger patties that with a ground jalapeno ground with the meat.
Yeah, that would be good.
And the
Oh,
cheese and
man.
jalapenos are ground into the patty.
Oh, man.
Oh,
You guys are making me hungry now.
that's a good burger.
But yeah, the Boathouse, I cannot recommend more. The
So who
barbecue.
got the dinner roll and
bacon
pickle?
burger.
I'm seeing a picture here.
Oh yeah, here's a
And it's
picture.
Just a plate with a dinner roll and a pickle
You
on
got
it.
a burger. I don't know what that is. I'll be honest with you. That's the appetizer thing. So they gave you rolls. So Trish hoards dinner rolls like they're going out of style. Like they'll come, everyone will eat. She'll take one and set it there, and just wait. And she'll wait for it because I don't know if at some point during the course of the meal, if somebody comes by and says, "Hey, who has a dinner roll? You get $1 million." She can lift it up and win. I don't know. It's like because she's got. I think we shared a burger. And I think we shared the burger and we got an appetizer.
Yeah, mac and cheese.
The mac and cheese. So that's why she wanted the bun for the mac and cheese.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, there's some rhyme.
So I'm like, I see this picture of this
And the
plate
pickle-
with a dinner roll and a
the
pickle
pickle-
on it. Like,
The pickles, I think, from like Ian, because
Yeah,
they
from
give you
me.
pickles with the stuff and nobody eats them except for Trish and I. So yeah, we took the pickle. But yeah, so good. So good. I cannot recommend enough that burger at the boat. And all the burgers were fantastic. And they ought to be. I think they're like $20 burgers. So, it's they better be good. But man, that one, so good. Now let's move on to the Titanic Artifacts Exhibit. This thing did not allow any videos or photos at all. What in the world is that about? Like you can't, like when you go in the building, you can't take any photos or videos.
huh.
Very strange. So I have nothing for this other than that we were there, but I can't prove it. Now here's an interesting little thing that's so weird. So as you go in, you sign up for the tour, and they give everyone a little card, and the card has not a character, a person that was on the Titanic. It gives you where you're from, what you're doing, the class level you're at, that you're on the Titanic, just little details. So the lady comes in her era garb, and she's playing a role like she's back in time or some weird.
This is like one of those
transformation.
Colonial Williamsburg things.
Yes,
except for the
yeah.
Titanic.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she says, "Oh, who are you?" And you're supposed to like read off the card who you are. So at one point, right before the tour starts, she goes, oh, then you go to the tour and you see all this stuff, and by the end, you'll find out what happened to your person. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. So now I'll see what happens. So we go through the entire tour, and it's all self-guided. So after the first scene, she tells you some stuff. She goes, okay, you have X amount of time to go through here. So we go through the whole thing. Nowhere is there anything. I'm expecting like the last room to have like all the bios of everybody and what happened to them or something.
Yeah.
Nothing. You exit to the gift shop. So I go to the ladies behind the counter at the gift shop and said, hey, where do you see what happened to your person that you are? And they look at me blankly like, oh, well, most people just Google that. What do you mean, most? What? At the beginning of the tour, you tell me I'm going to find out.
Why would you give me the card if for no reason you're just going to make me Google
essentially,
something random?
They go, oh, here. And they hand me a book that has like all the passengers, and you have to find by last name the passenger and look it up. Like, wait, this...
Is it at least alphabetical? Because it sounds like this
I'm
is one
sure
of those
it was.
things that's not even alphabetically ordered.
I was like, they're
so
like,
cheesy.
oh, yeah, well, here's the book. But like I said, most people just Google. Like, you introduced at the beginning of the
you
tour.
don't have a little screen with a barcode scanner on it you can put your card into and it tells you about them, right?
I mean, they introduce it as if, oh, there's going to be a reveal. And at the end, they don't even mention it. I had to bring it up. Most people would have walked out and be like, oh, okay. And I guess most people don't care, but I was like, oh, I thought that was a little unique, interesting thing that they did. But they never followed through. Like,
yeah.
Oh, most people just Google it. Like, what? Oh,
No,
here's
they
a
don't.
book.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Oh.
no. Most people walk out without even bothering. And I guess that's why you don't make a mention of it. But yeah, I expected something to.
But if they're doing something to try to connect you to someone on the boat, then maybe they should finish
Yeah,
their story,
complete it.
right?
Yeah. Especially if you're going to set it up. If they're going to go to the trouble of having you be that guy at the beginning, say, oh, what class are you, and who are you, and where are you from, then let's follow through.
And literally, how much would one screen and a barcode scanner cost you?
Yeah.
I mean, just pick one from a Target that shut down somewhere
Yeah,
and grab it.
nothing. Yeah, it's very weird. I was very turned off by that. Like, that's just dumb. That's so dumb.
So were they actual Titanic pieces?
Yes,
this?
yeah, they had
Okay.
they had replicas and pieces, and they were flagged with a certain color or something to tell the difference. So yeah, they had a bunch of stuff behind glass, obviously, and yeah, they had what
The
cups.
iceberg.
They had an iceberg that you could touch and put holes in by your heat. It's this huge wall of ice.
Just
kids,
ice.
Kids just basically put their fingers into it and just slowly melted into it. Like,
Oh,
okay,
that's sanitary.
yeah.
That's almost like an old country buffet's chocolate fountain.
yeah. So there you go. That was the Titanic. That was $21.95 and $15.75. I don't think that was worth it.
That's a little much.
Yeah, for what you got, I don't think it was worth it.
You could look all that stuff up.
Yeah, and you can't take any pictures, so you can't remember. You're not going to remember what you saw. I can't remember half the stuff I saw. There's like some Chinaware and I don't even know pieces of Titanic, but yeah, whatever. So that's Titanic. If it's part of the Go card, I'd say probably stop and see it, but I wouldn't pay $20 to do it unless you're a big Titanic fan. But and they had the replica of the like main stairway.
Mm-hmm.
They had a person there, and the photographer, and they had it roped off, so you couldn't even get in to take a photo with it unless you used their photographer.
Well, of course, and like $14 for some odd-sized one that they make custom frames for that you can't fit in a normal picture frame or something, right?
And I'm sure they probably would have lined up to take the photo, and then at the last minute goes, oh, I'm sorry, we can't take photos, and then just have you walk away. Wait, what did I pay the $14 for? Sorry, sir.
Oh, sorry, no flash photography in here.
This is a dark image.
Here's some people here that look roughly like your family.
All right, next.
Camera's out of film.
So then we went to the iDrive tourist trap of the century, and this is where they had the Madame Tussauds, the Sea Life Aquarium, and Icon Orlando all in one big building. So you walked in, and we did the Madame Tussauds. Again, this is $25.50 and $20.50, and this is a lot of money for a wax museum, I'm afraid. So they had a lot of people. They had Trump. Ian got pictures with Trump. Walt Disney. I got a nice picture with Walt Disney.
They'd have a much more flattering picture, museum or a statue of Trump there. His gut sticking out.
Oh, yeah. Shrek, Pitbull, Michael Jackson, Jimmy
you and
Fallon.
Walt.
Yeah.
You look very similar.
Oh, yeah. Very wise men stick together.
You should take over that corporation.
I should. I am a stockholder, so maybe one day. At E.T., Emma Watson, DC Universe. So they had some stuff that you could pose with different superheroes. And they had a ton more. Just a ton of people I didn't even know who they were, to be honest with you. It was weird, though, because it was like a Congo line. So you walk in, and there's a line of people, and they're waiting so you can take a picture with a wax figure of somebody, which is a weird experience.
To wait in line to take a picture with a piece of wax.
Yes. For me, I was like, this doesn't seem right. Are we that much of a sheep? That oh, look, it's a wax representation of somebody. Let me wait in line to get a picture with it. It's not even the real person. It's a wax. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a wax statue of Taylor Swift.
Well, wax representation of Tom Hanks. Let me wait in line to get a picture with it.
Yeah. Well, you guys waited in line to get a picture with Trump.
yeah, Ian did. Yeah, we waited.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I saw the picture, and you actually mimicked Walt Disney's wax pose.
I did. I was Walt Disney.
This place is yes.
Yeah. Well, that's me.
Sheeps we be. I'm telling you, it's fantastic. I kind of want to go.
Well, you'll like it. So that was the Madame Tussauds. That's on the left side of the building, and on the right side of the same building, they had the entrance to the Sea Life Aquarium. Ian, do you have anything to say about the Sea Life Aquarium?
It's an aquarium.
It's an aquarium. So its price is $25.50 and $20.50 the same. So it would be $50 to see the Madame Tussauds and the Sea Life together. But I think there is a combo ticket for like $35 or something. But still, that's still a lot of money.
Why are you going to Orlando to go to just a basic aquarium?
Yeah, Well, I mean, if you're there to do other things, I don't know. Yeah, it's your run-of-the-mill aquarium, nothing special.
Aquarium.
Yeah, they have you walk through a tunnel that has a life around it. But I guess this tunnel was different because underneath you could also see through. So it was a full
Another $20.
360 rather than, I think SeaWorld, the floor is...
Most of it is a solid floor.
Yeah. This one you can actually see underneath.
Fish swim below you as well.
Yeah, which...
kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I can't wait. We're going to one soon. We're waiting for the tunnel in Atlantis. Water slide through it. So
we saw Atlantis.
I'm excited about that. That's going to be New Year's.
Yeah. Oh, man. I can't wait to hear that story. Yeah, so a Sea Life Aquarium, again, I can't recommend this other than if you have the Go card and you want to rack up value because it's worth $25.
Wow. See, this is how people spend too much money with coupons.
Yeah. Well, this isn't a coupon.
Thinking that you're getting value just because it was free to you.
Well, if you go like this, these are all in the same building. I did want to do the Icon Orlando. So the Madame Tussauds and the Sea Life were literally within 20 feet of each other.
And why leave? Right.
Why not walk through it? It's free to me. If I come next time, I will have to pay to see it. So why wouldn't I do it? It doesn't make sense not to. Even if you literally go in, look at one wax figure, like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a wax museum, and walk out, that's still worth because it cost you nothing. Literally, nothing but time. And time is one thing we had. So yeah,
your ship's not leaving for another 2 days. Right?
Exactly.
Yes,
I had all kinds of time. So yeah, so we did Madame Tussauds and Sea Life Aquarium. We did that. We banged those out rather quickly because there really wasn't much to them. And then we did the Icon Orlando, which is the wheel. When you're on the wheel, the new swing is right there as well, so you can see it in action. And here's a video. The swing actually
of the swing,
going.
But you're actually on the big Ferris wheel.
Yes, we're actually in the Ferris wheel.
The swing is scary.
Going up. The swing goes like what, 450?
Yeah.
And it goes up pretty quick there.
And it's chains.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's chains. So we didn't actually.
So it's just
do
one of
this.
those swings, 400 feet up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty.
That might be actually tempting to do because it's so crazy.
Yeah, it's over the top.
That's some instant death if that chain breaks.
Oh yeah, you're toast.
And this is Orlando.
Yeah, so it's gonna break. It's really a matter of time.
Yeah.
Who's the unlucky fool? Yeah, but that's the swing. We did not do that. It's not included at this point in the Go card because it's brand new. But maybe when we go down a couple weeks in for Halloween Horror Nights,
$50 a ride or something.
I think
it's $10.
10.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Because they charge down at the oceanfront. You know the stupid roller coaster seats with the rubber bands on it. They shoot into the air?
Oh yeah, those are always
like $50 a person.
Yeah, those are stupid.
To go those things. And this is way better than
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Well, you can get a lot of people on this. So one going up, you can charge a lot less because you got 10 times 36 seats or whatever. Where those springy things, you're maxed out at 2 people. So
yeah.
So this is the view of the icon.
The roof.
It's very slow moving, but it does stop. So it stops. You get on, then it goes. It continues.
It
It's not.
stop.
Yeah, it stopped, didn't it?
No, it never stops.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure it never stops.
So you just get on it, it goes one loop around, you get off when you get right to the bottom.
I'm almost
so
certain.
slow at the bottom where you just walk on and off. I'm positive.
Okay.
You can watch all your footage. We didn't stop at all.
I don't know. Okay. But yeah, so the views, like the one side is just country and there's really nothing out there, and the other side is all your entertainment district. So you get to see SeaWorld and the Volcano Bay.
You can see the Daytona Raceway.
What? Daytona Raceway?
Yeah.
I don't think you saw
You
Daytona.
can. It was on the map.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
things you didn't
They have
see.
little touch screens, things that you can touch, and yeah, we didn't really do that. But you just go around.
Tells you where you can, like if you look in certain
okay.
directions,
Yeah.
you can see.
That if you had your telescope with you, you could see the racetrack.
Yeah, like good. Yeah. So I mean, again, it's something to do just because if you've never done it, it's cool.
How much is it?
This guy is
Pretty expensive.
$26
Yeah.
and $21 for a child. So yeah, for one time around, that's
That's really.
It's a lot of money.
considering you can go for $10 and do those swings. That's a heck of a lot more better value than this. My Lord, that's expensive. I didn't really think about it, but for us, there's 7 of us in there. I'm not sure who would have qualified as a child. It's $5 cheaper, but still, that's a lot of money. That's like $150.
Yep.
A little less probably, but.
Child's anyone who can't buy a gun in Florida. Like 4 and below or something.
Yeah, so that is the Icon Orlando. So that's everything. That is all of the go-kart stuff. So I tallied all these up, and for everything we did, like I said, we spent what did we spend? We spent $113 per ticket on average. So as an adult with adult pricing, everything we did, if we would have paid out of pocket. Now this is online pricing, not like this isn't the fun card. Hey, this is what the price is. This is what you can actually go and get the price in advance. The cheaper discounted rates. We would have spent $335 roughly to do the same thing that we spent $113 for.
Okay. Make sure you claim that $200 as income on your taxes.
Yeah, so we definitely got our value out of these go-karts.
You used the crap out of that go-kart.
Now, here's the question. Would I ever buy the Orlando go-kart again? And that answer would have to be no. There is not enough stuff that I'd want to see again on this go-kart.
Unless they added a lot.
If they added stuff, but what would they add?
I don't know.
They'd have to add major attraction. Like adding that swing for $10, that's not going to do it. I mean, Legoland, there's really no reason to go back there unless they introduce some brand new coaster.
That's 300 feet tall.
Yes, whatever. I mean, the dinner show, I definitely like. WonderWorks was fun, and I'd do that again with the Call Me Dinner show. I would definitely do that again. Oh, maybe that's $60.
That's a little much.
But now the price is up. Like it's like $150 a ticket now instead of the prices have gone up since I bought the go-kart, so it's more to do it. So yeah, I mean, for the first time, obviously, it's definitely worth it because you can hit all this stuff and get all this stuff. For
you can just
price.
bank all these experiences and then never have to do it again.
Exactly.
I mean, because you realize all the crappy things you can get out of now because you've done that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Gatorland itself gets you out of going to a lot of places. Hey, you want to do this? No, I've been to Gatorland. And people are like, well, yeah, I can see how that wouldn't compete.
Yeah. So all in all, the go-kart was definitely a good experience. I definitely recommend it for anyone who hasn't been to all these places because, like I said, value-wise, we surpassed what do they advertise on the site? 50% savings?
I don't know.
We crushed that.
Yeah, you really.
We should send it in because we'd be a perfect example for them to put on the site. Like, look at these guys. Yeah, but we dominated. So it was definitely a great value. We got to see a bunch of stuff that like I said, we would normally not do. Like Madame Tussauds, I wouldn't do that. Sea Life, I definitely wouldn't do that. WonderWorks, that's one of those things like you said, like, oh, I want to do that, but you never do it.
Yeah, it's something you never actually experience. You always just wonder, man, that looks kind of neat.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to do, but you don't pull the trigger because you have other things to do. But if you get the go-kart, then you're like, oh, well, I want to do as much as I can.
I'm now stuck in Orlando and I have to do this stuff.
Yeah, so it was really good. I highly recommend using the card. But I do recommend looking for a deal on the card because, like I said, if you join their mailing list, they'll send you discounts. You'll always get codes. So try to, get it as cheap as you can, obviously, because they will have sales and they will do things like, if your cart has $200, save $20. So you'd be better off if you're doing like a family of 4 to buy 2 tickets than buying 2 tickets again. That way you can get that discount twice rather than just once. You know what I mean? So there's little things you can do to save money on that card. But I would highly recommend. Ian, what do you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first time, don't buy it again. It's a little much.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I could justify it. And well, actually, Kennedy Space Center, we didn't do that. So that is something I would like to do, and that is pretty expensive, actually. So I could almost see doing it again if we're going to do WonderWorks, Kennedy Space Center.
And why not go back to Gatorland?
All right. But, yeah, all in all, a good experience. We had fun those 2 days. Mm-hmm. They were long days. In fact, Saturday was super long, but it didn't feel long.
Saturday?
Was it Saturday?
No, we
Thursday,
we were
maybe.
done Saturday at like 8.
Okay, so it was Thursday.
All I know is that following
Thursday
you on
was.
Facebook was exhausting. Just all these things you keep checking in. I'm like, oh my God, they're still doing this?
Yeah, it was Thursday. We were going from morning to literally
11.
like 11:30. Like we didn't get back to the hotel until probably close to midnight or whatever. And but it didn't feel like it was a lot. Like I because we broke it up enough. It was a lot of different experiences, so it was all good. Yeah, I think that's it. Joe, do you have any questions about the Orlando Go card or anything that we did during those 2 days? Minus anything that you have for Gatorland, because I am not answering any more Gatorland questions.
So we're all done with Gator questions.
We are done.
Oh, all right, Dewey Crow.
Dewey Crow. Oh, love it.
I think that's it.
All right, well, that sounds great. Well, I'd like to thank my panel for coming in and joining me for this episode. And until we stream again, eat at Southeast Eatery and the Boathouse, and keep making memories.
Right on.
And have a Six Flags day.
Thanks for listening to the Vacationeers, Theme Parks, and More podcast. The show can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. Please subscribe and give us a review if you like the show. Visit our website at www.vacationeerspodcast.com. For additional content, subscribe on YouTube and Twitter at Vacationeers Podcast. Please like our Facebook page, Vacationeers, Theme Parks, and More podcast. Send questions, comments, or if you'd like to be on a future episode to discuss planning or reviewing of a vacation, please email the show at vacationeerspodcast@gmail.com. This has been a Vacationeers, Theme Parks, and More production.